Okay, I'm ready. If you haven't seen it yet, there she is. That's what we look like now. And the meeting is called to order. We're 2 minutes late, but we'll make up that time here. It's January 17th. New members. We have quite a few new members because we recruited, how many at the show? 6? 7. 7 at the show. Plus we had a couple other new members, including Paul Newman has joined Division 8. Yes. Welcome. I don't believe any of these folks are here today, but we do have a couple of people here that we have not seen before. Don Heath is also a new member. He's not on this list because he's a re-rail. So everybody, if you haven't introduced yourself to Don Heath, he's right here. Stand up, Don.
Hello, Don. Welcome back.
He was previously a member. He's back. And then several months ago, Eddie Crow joined us. Eddie, stand up and show your face so people can see. He's not new, but he's been here been in the area for a little bit, but he hasn't, this is his first meeting, is what I'm trying to say. Russ,
Yes.
you got any guests online?
Guest? No, I have,
Yeah.
I haven't been working this end of the meeting for a couple of months. And I don't recognize Greg Heck. So
Greg has been a member for 3 years,
I see. Well,
but they usually come in person or not at all. So
There-
that's why you haven't seen him before.
there you go. There you go. So other than that, it's I recognize everybody on the list.
Oh, okay, Greg and Barbara are online today. Good. Visitors, we covered that. We have a half an hour presentation from Mike Berry here because it's been a little while. No, that's not right.
Where's the treasurer?
Where's missing the treasurer slide?
We just dumped it all together. Well, I'll just put it on the drive.
Anyway, we'll just call it committee reports, and we know this is where you're supposed to speak about the money, Mike.
Okay.
We're not gonna be bothered just because one slide is off.
Well, Mandy. This is a report for 2 months, so I'll try to scrunch it as much as I can. On the expense side, any questions? I'll shut up. Okay. Good, cool.
Remember, oh, yeah. Thank you, Mike. I forgot what I was doing here. I'm out of practice.
Yeah. Motion. New computer.
Any questions about the treasurer's report? Nope. Can we have a motion to approve the report as presented? Al Goodman and Bruce DeMayor. Thank you, gentlemen. All those in favor? Any objections? Oh, good. Motion, report's approved, Mike. Good job. Now,
Surprise, huh?
member welfare.
Okay. A little bit of explanation here. First person on the list, Phil Alley, had its shoulder surgery done. What is it? Thursday, 2 days ago. Then you see Don Brock and Al Oswald on the list. Those 2 gentlemen have passed away. Don Brock several months ago, but we just found out about it right before the Christmas dinner, in fact. And then Al Oswald, as most of you know, just passed away, just like last month. Sad for both of those, big losses. Then we have Don Fowler, has been having an issue. He's here today. Glad to see that.
Aaron did too. We both listened to him.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you wanted to, Don, I'd be happy to explain that to you. But at any rate, we're glad he's here today. And then last name on the list, Rick Tipton. I understand Rick Tipton went to the hospital for a few days with pneumonia.
He's still there,
He's still there.
still there.
Ugh, not the report of
He's
one.
gonna go through rehab, but in the same facility.
Oh, okay. Goodness. But keep Rick in your thoughts, but I think unless somebody's got somebody I haven't heard about, I think that's it for right now. Oh, and we mentioned it last time, but yeah, Ramona Johnson was in the hospital, for 4 days. And then, with the lung issues, home recovering now. And in fact, Bob was also in the hospital for a couple days. So they've been swapping, keeping the one hospital bed warm out there for a while. But they're both home now. In fact, Bob is obviously right here. So Wolf, that's enough. Don't do that again, all right? Everybody stay healthy. But if not, let me know, please. Otherwise, we don't hear this like the Don Brock deal. So if you hear something, let us know. Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Membership longevity recognition. Isn't that a mouthful?
That's right. And I'm going to kind of double dip here as well. So those of you who've been around here for a while know that I wear multiple hats. So right now I'm wearing the Central District Director on the National Board hat just because I'm available. I'm a member of Division 8. So I'll put that hat on for now because these are all from the National Model Railroad Association Board of Directors, recognizing people in this group for their longevity in the NMRA. So it's uninterrupted service. So Mike Berry, come on up. Barbara's going to take a picture of each of these, and then we're going to do a group photo also. So don't go too far.
Okay.
All right, take that.
Right.
Take that. Smile.
Okay.
Good. Stand over there. Ed Brennan. Ed Brennan, also 25 years of membership in the association.
Too many.
Too many, dude. All right, you have to turn around.
Yeah.
If you smile this way, it's a really bad picture.
No, it isn't.
Although it might be better.
That was not kind.
Okay.
Thanks. Pull downs. 25 years. No. Man. Got it. Mr. Wagoner, Eric. There's only one.
Doing the best I can.
That's all right. You're doing good. Doing good. You hold it. There you go. Don't. Hold it up here. There you go.
Okay.
Thanks. And this must be special because it's in a frame.
It is.
Cecil Stewart, come on down. So 50 years. That's right, 50 years. Right. Congratulations, sir. Major milestone. All right, look at Barbara, smile.
Okay.
Got it? All right, all you guys, come on up here. I'm gonna get out of the way or else you won't be able to get everybody on. Stand next to Cecil. So tell you where to stand. Eric, hold yours kind of, there you go.
All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
Don't go on. You got it, Eric? All right, man.
Okay. Here's something new.
It's a website. We've been talking about this for a while.
Oh.
Where's Mr. Toller?
He's back there.
This is all his fault. Okay, so Rob has been working on this pretty steady for quite a while. I've been harassing him about it and tweaking a little bit here and there and so forth. But it is ready to go. In fact, we're going to go live when?
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So this is the home page. Ron, if you go to the next page. Next slide. To get around now, instead of that left navigation that you had before on the old website, the navigation is across the top. You just click on one of those items on the top. It'll drop in. You guys have all been to websites. You know how that works. The only reason we're showing you is it's different. And I know how hard that is for us. Okay.
Depot is home.
Yeah, Depot is home. Next slide. Should be one more. Yep. And there we go. So that's it. Should be the same URL. Sure. Okay. And there you go. If it not, 1-800-ROB-TOLLER. Yeah. So we expect that there are some things that won't work right. As much as you test it and test it and test it, there's something you miss, and that's the way it goes. We know that not everything has been copied across, but how many of you are going to go back and look at a pie card from 2010? But most of the content is there. If you find something missing, send an email to Division 8 email. We'll take a look at it and we'll get it there. And we know that it's going to be pretty good, but perfect. Not expecting that. All right, what's next?
Next is Mark Norman. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, Mark's not here. Mark is a little under the weather. So I'm going to go ahead and do the presentations today. And that's why we asked Paul to stay up here. You've been a busy guy.
Busy over the last 30 years.
Over the last 30 years. Well, 25 anyway.
At least.
That Maloney thing, just do the paperwork, right?
That's right. And that's a lot of it is the paperwork. So
25 years.
we actually have 4 certificates for Paul today.
Wow.
First one is Model Railroad Engineer Civil. We'll do the same thing we did for the longevity. Right? One down. And for Model Railroad Engineer Electrical. Model Master Builder Scenery.
Okay.
And Master Builder Structures.
Holy cow.
All right. So some of this work started about 30 years ago.
The structures definitely.
Structures did, yeah.
Union Station, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was before you were an NMRA member.
Yeah.
So it's important for everybody to understand, if you did model railroad work that counts toward the AP before you joined the NMRA, that's okay. Part of my author was all the way back in 1981 when I wrote an article for Model Railroader. That counted. Okay, so all that stuff.
So I've got an author certificate. I got that years ago, but I also have the prototype is ready. I just have to have the guys come back again. I thought you guys were gonna come over one time, but something bothered me, so I changed it. And then I'm working on the crash building Ellen Little Woodies right now, so I'll have that.
You're gonna do cars instead
I'm
of
doing,
locomotives.
I'm doing cars, yeah.
That'll be 7.
That'll be 7, and I'll have those done probably the next month or so, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Mhm.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really fun. Very much.
Am I done now?
You're done. It's time for 2 months worth of contest, Barry. You're gonna be windy today.
That's right. So in December, we had an all virtual contest because we had our Christmas party instead of a meeting. And just to be honest, these were not only really impressive modeling efforts for vehicles, but really fun too. Just a lot of fun in the modeling. So for honorable mention for December, we have 3 vehicles. We have Ed Brennan, MMR, Keep On Trucking, and Bob Frankrow, Orange Truck, Rail Equipped, and then Bob Kukler, MMR, the Oldsmobile from A Christmas Story. How about that? Really fun. Now for 3rd place, Craig Hatter got us all going with Krispy Kreme Ford F850 truck. Are there actual Krispy Kremes in that truck? Little tiny ones. Yeah, little tiny ones. And John Helton, 2nd place, Handy Andy on his way to his next job there. And then 1st place, Randy Griggs, Madam Queen. So Madam Queen is a Queen Bee, 1950 Studebaker 2-ton flatbed with a stack rack for the beehives. So come on up.
And it's here in the room.
Oh, okay, very good to know. We've got that model on the share table. We've got a lot of share table stuff today. So Randy, come on up and get you a certificate and a picture. So congratulations to you. All right.
Hey, Randy.
That's Dale Bean.
That's big B.
Okay, good. That's fancy, really tiny. Okay, so for January, we did freight cars. So really, when I look at these 4 entries here, I just see some amazing modeling efforts, really master level modeling efforts. So we had one honorable mention. It was Randy again, and it was for his UP 809. So 809 was part of the steam excursion train, and it's a auxiliary water tender, and it's named after one of their guys from the crew, Jim Adams. And S-Scale, right?
No.
Yes, S-Scale from plans that were developed by you and yourself.
It's over there too, I think.
Okay,
Yes.
and it is on the table. Excellent. Okay, now we had scoring rule 6 come into play. That says that if there's a tie for second place, there's no third place. So we got 2 second place folks today. And Ed Brennan, MMR, is it pronounced Ulrich? Is that right? That was one of the old Ulrich, one of the old manufacturers, drop bottom gondola. And then Craig Hatter, a more modern prototype from the Penn Central era, X79 60-foot high cube boxcar used by Kellogg Cereal Company. So 2 really interesting prototypes there. First place, though, goes to Bob Frank Roan, and it's the garbage can gondola based on one that he took a picture of at a museum. So come on up. Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to see your efforts there. So.
It's over there. And it's over there.
Okay, so our gondolas are there as well.
In fact, the entire, except for March, the entire 2026 preview of future articles is over there.
Very good. So we all get a preview today. That's great. Okay, coming up next month is non-steam.
Wait.
Mhm.
Does everybody here know that Mr. Frank Roan is a well-known international author? Appears in Model Railroad magazine every other month. If you don't know, the Love That Loads column.
Right.
Everybody here might not know that.
Right. So
Okay.
that's an example, actually. Today's is an
You
example.
mean my own club members aren't reading my stuff?
They are, but they didn't know it was you.
Attention to the time.
Okay, so next month is non-steam motive power. That's a really wide category. So hopefully we'll have all kinds of interesting stuff. Okay, thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Weiss.
Present.
Time for you to get off your sick bed and speak to us.
Well, okay, I'll do that. So today, you guys are all in for a treat that we have a triple play, and we have Bob Dawson, Fred Sowert, and Chris Broughton all tag teaming today to give you different slants or ideas on the Little River Railroad Company. So that should be a fun presentation today. Next month, Andy Blanco, I don't know if you remember that name, but Andy was down here with his best bud, David Martinelli, in November, where David gave a presentation, a fun presentation. Well, Andy's not going to come down here, but he's going to Zoom us. And this should be a very interesting talk about railroads of the Panama Canal. So I've seen a couple little snippets of it. So this should be very interesting. So you don't want to miss that. So that's all I have this month, Ron. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Ross. Okay. 9 weeks from today. You sure that's right, Fred? Good to know. Anyway, right here on the table in front of me, we didn't want to confuse you. Sometimes when people sign up, they think they're coming to the meeting. Well, this is a separate sign up if you want to help out with a train show, which you can do after the meeting or during the break if you'd like to help out. What we're looking for basically is people to help vendors unload at 7 a.m. or help clean up at 3 p.m. So if you'd like to sign up, we'd love to see you right here. Thank you. And of course, it's just 9 weeks from today. We'd appreciate it if you would buy a ticket and come to the show or volunteer with one of the clubs or one of the layouts. Division 8 election update. One of the favorite item on the agenda for me. Rick?
Well, as whether you know or not, every 2 years, the NMRA has elections and stuff. They happen on years ending with an even number. And 2026 is coming up and we're gonna have an election. Mark Norman's been, he's the head of the nominating committee, and along with, I think it's Stan and, who else was on? it?
Randy Griggs.
Randy. They've been on the nominating committee and we've come up with a list of people so far for the offices available. We're gonna have an election for superintendent, assistant superintendent, clerk, and a trustee. And treasurer, I'm sorry, yeah. And anyway, right now, you have the list of.
Stan was prepared to read the nominees for you.
Okay.
According to the bylaws, the nominating committee met and nominated a slate of new officers for 2026. Those include Superintendent Darcy Elliott, Assistant Superintendent Brad Sword, Treasurer Mike Perry, Clerk Rick Maloney, and Trustee Ron Ellison.
Also, at this point, we need to check and see if there's anybody in the room or anybody online that wants to be added to this list for any of these offices and stuff. So I don't see any hands up in the room.
Russ?
No. Oh, I see a bunch of hands going up. No. They're all leaving the room.
Oh, shoot, I thought maybe I wouldn't be in court.
No, you know, it's kind of just like at church, when they want money, you drop your Bible and then, you know.
All right, Russ, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, with no additional nominees, we're going to, there's no point in having an election. We're gonna by acclamation approve the people that were nominated for those offices. They're officially approved now and they don't take office actually until, was it the May meeting?
With the convention, right?
After the convention board of Mid-Central Region Board of Directors meeting.
It was in June, I think, this year. June.
We do have to actually vote on this, however.
Oh, okay.
It's election by acclamation, but we ask you.
We accept the slight acclamation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thanks to all those who have volunteered their time and effort.
Amen.
And that brings us to the end of, we did pretty well here. It's a lot of ground in 30 minutes, and we were 2 minutes late. But before meeting is adjourned, but it's time for back to basics.
Right.
You want to sit here, Fred?
I will. That'll make it easier. I think there's a moment from Barbara though, first. Don't you have something to say first? She was talking in my ear about someone didn't sign in. So if you haven't signed in, please sign in. So most of you know the 2026 Mid-Central Region Convention is coming up in a little bit. We just talked about it. We did. June 4 through 7 in Dayton, Ohio. I'm doing this presentation instead of the Dayton folks, and it's going to be a little quicker than if we had them do it, and it's a ways for them to get down here. So I took the online presentation they had, and you can find it though at that URL, and I'll put this in the notes, the YouTube video that we post, and this will actually be as part of the meeting video, and it'll be a separate standalone video on our YouTube channel. So either way, you'll be able to look at it. That'll be there. And of course, those of you who are in groups in Division 8 Groups IO know that that you'll have a link to both of these in Monday train video email. Plenty of ways to get there. That's where you go. Once you go there, it's actually their website, which I'm going to actually minimize this to make it a little easier. There you go. How's that? Yep. And what you'll do is go down to that big old square rectangle down there where it says Whistle Stop Dayton, and then it will download a PowerPoint slideshow to your computer. And then you open the PowerPoint slideshow to go to find this. So you're not live on the website. You're actually running a PowerPoint show from your computer. You do not have to have PowerPoint installed. It's a document it's a file that will just run itself so you don't have to actually load up PowerPoint if you don't have it. Once you get in there, here's what you need to know. The convention registration page is going to show you it's $70 per person. Family member is $25. Children 16 or under, no charge for that. And there's the actual long URL to get to the registration page. Now, if you go in through here, you just click the registration tab and it's going to take you right there. I'm just giving you a couple shortcuts to get in there, okay? Staying at the Marriott at the University of Dayton. Barbara and I have actually we've not stayed there, but we've worked there for an IT event several years ago. SharePoint, Saturday, yeah. And you can read all about it here. Same stuff you usually get. What's the rate? $165 a night plus tax. Okay. Group rate is valid for reservations made before May 7, which is, about a month out from the convention itself. So you've got some time to do that. But if the block sells out before that, then the rooms are not available. Get your room early, then you're guaranteed of getting in there. Here's how you do it. You can call the Marriott, bench of the rank. You can use the reservation link that's on the convention website. It's actually not the website. It's the PowerPoint show. So you can go in there either way. And again, the cutoff is May 7. Banquet. Yes, there will be a banquet at this convention. A lot of regions are eliminating the banquet entirely. And they're doing either just an awards and maybe a keynote speaker. It's kind of hard to have a keynote speaker at the end, but that's what they're calling it, or a guest speaker or something, but they're not doing a meal because hotels are charging a ridiculous amount of money for that banquet. So they're getting rid of it completely. The first time I saw that it was kind of a banquet, but it was breakfast with the North Central region, but they got a great deal on that. So banquet is on Saturday, 6 p.m., social hour, all that. Cheese and crackers. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
We didn't get one in Gatlinburg either.
No, we did not in Gatlinburg. And I thought that was most excellent because the meal that Barbara and I had that evening was way better. We went up to dinner with Bob and Laura. Okay. And then featured speaker is Otto Vondrack, which I think almost everybody in here knows is the editor of RMC. That's what it's going to cost. So it's not one price for everybody. It's a varying degree of monies depending upon what you're going to get.
I'm having ravioli.
I'll bet you are. But you don't do dessert, so I'll take your dessert. All right. And I don't want the cheesecake. I'll take the carrot cake. Thank you very much. Anyway, there you go. That's what it is. Includes gratuity, which is a good thing. Layout tour. They don't know how many layout tours are going to be open, but they say we're going to have between 16 and 20. They pretty much got a confirmation on 16. They're working on more. There you go. During the convention and also on Sunday, so on the way home. Nothing on the way in, but on the way home. And others have been contacted, but again, we'll see what happens. Operating sessions. I'm surprised that the Dayton group is having problems getting operating sessions lined up because there are so many awesome railroads up there that do great ops. I remember in the 2015 convention, which is, 10 years ago, it was op till you drop, and there was a very thin list of clinics in the convention hotel, but man, it was op, and it's flipped this time, but it's availability and so forth. Right now, they have 3 layouts confirmed. They're working on more. We'll see what happens. And of course, first come, first serve and so forth. So some of the clinics that are going to be available, you read down there. I think it's kind of neat that Brad McClellan is going to present something on the V&O, and then topics. So pretty much what you would expect to see at a region convention with a couple of speakers that you might not normally see there. Celebration room, there will be a contest, but it's called a celebration of models now. Popular vote as well, evaluated contest using AP guidelines. If you've been to a region convention, very similar. Who's running the contest this year? Is it Dave Williams with some oversight from Ray Persing, who is the National Achievement Program manager? The company store is going to be available, and that's the Dayton Group's company store. And they're going to have some things for sale, but also there's going to be a consignment area so you can bring things in to sell to others. They've been called different things along the way. Some of it's called a white elephant sale, some it's a company store, some it's something else, but they will have some things. And then also in that same general area, you can bring your things that you don't want anymore, you don't need anymore, and sell to other convention attendees. And if you want all the details, there's a link in there for the consignment sheet. Gonna be a raffle. I like raffles. You can buy raffle tickets and so forth. Extra fare stuff. They're going to have a convention car, polo shirt, and I think this is kind of neat. This tour of Hawthorne Hill, the Wright brothers or the Wright family mansion. You could do that on your own, but they're going to do a couple things in here that are not normally included in the tour, and it's going to be at a reduced rate, not a significantly reduced rate, but it is a little bit less than just showing up at the door. So there's a couple advantages of signing up for this one. Pay a little bit less and you get to see a couple things you might not otherwise. It's not really railroad related, but I think it's kind of cool that they're doing that. So 2 times, Thursday and Friday, to be able to do that. Bunch of local attractions up there to take a look at. So very much like we did in 2017, where we said, come for the convention, stay for the city. So there's an awful lot to do up there. If you've never been to the Museum of the United States Air Force, you're missing a lot. Any of us who've been up there know you can't do it all in a day. Okay? Especially if you take Barbara, you can't even do one wing of one building in a day. Okay? Because she has to read every placard. Oh, wait a minute. People went with Bob, said the same thing. There's your T-track. Over 1,000 square feet, 4 modules. Hopefully there will be that many there. Trying to make it very big. Also, the Dalmatian switching district layout will be there. The last time I saw the Dalmatian, I know, but you know what? It still runs and it still works. It's kind of funky. And the locomotives are painted in a Dalmatian paint scheme. So it looks like a Dalmatian dog. But you know what? It's an easy little layout to run. It's kind of a fun one. Some of the sponsors, they've been able to get some sponsors to reduce the rate a little bit. There they are. And that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to tell you about the Dayton Convention. Again, I'll have the link in the notes for the videos. We'll put those in Monday's train videos email as well. Go look at it in detail. But this should have given you at least a little bit of an idea of what's going on, when it's going on, how much it's going to cost. So if you're interested, you can go out there and take a look at it. And that wraps up Back to Basics. And Ron, we're done, right?
Done.